Some beaches north of Umngeni estuary near Durban have been closed following a chemical spill as a result of the torching of a chemical factory at Cornubia this week. The KwaZulu-Natal MEC for Economic Development and Environmental Affairs visited the area this afternoon. For more, we are joined by Head of the Environmental Management Unit at the Department of KwaZulu-Natal, Sphume Nowele. A very good evening to you, and thank you so much for speaking to us.
Good evening to you, Tepiso, and to the viewers at home. Thank you for having me.
I understand that beaches north of Durban are closed to the public. Are you able to tell us which beaches are affected?
For this particular incident, it will be the beaches that are at Umhlanga. I think, because we're just talking about this particular pollution incident that happened at Cornubia. So it will be those. It's a bit localized, I would say, in terms of the impact.
Okay. And does that include tidal pools? And if you could just tell us what that means for those of us who would need to understand.
What has happened is that after the incidents that took place, there were notifications from the authorities, mainly from the eThekwini municipality, indicating that your beach areas at around Umhlanga, and maybe also what is important is to indicate that the river that is polluted is Umhlanga River. There's a small stream that connects that connects from the industry itself in question, and that stream is called Umhlangana. Umhlangana then joins a river called Umhlanga. Umhlanga then goes to the sea. So where the areas that are closed is an estuary area where that Umhlanga River actually joins the sea. So that whole area is affected because of the pollution that is coming through Umhlanga River and not Umngeni.
Okay. So we understand this is the Umhlanga and Umngoti lagoons and beaches in the vicinity. Are you able to tell us what chemicals we're talking about and what are the potential environmental as well as human health impacts of the chemical spillage?
Okay, the industry that is affected here is an industry called UPL. It's an agrochemical industry. They keep chemicals that are used to make pesticides, your insecticides, your fungicides, and your herbicides. They then supply some manufacturers around Durban and beyond, those who are making these products for the agriculture industry. So, the chemicals, they use a wide range of chemicals. I'd say that the number of chemicals, for example, that they're dealing with is about 1,600. And in terms of the categorization of those industries, they are categorized as hazardous. In terms of the hazmat standards, it's UN 3082, which simply means that they are hazardous. So, yes, it's a combination of those. But the impacts that we are talking about that affected that Umhlanga River mainly came from this UPL industry that I'm talking about. It's at Cornubia, just next to Macro.
Okay. So because we have already asked this question, I won't ask it again what the impact is, because that's what you were answering exactly. What are the cleanup companies dealing with in the operation? What are the practical ramifications of this? What do they have to do?
Okay. What is important here is that the industry that is affected has to get an accredited service provider that is well able to deal with this kind of pollution. In this instance, when we went there today, we found that there is a company called Spiltech. They are authorities in that field, quite experienced. So in the main, the priority really is to contain the pollution from its source. That is your number one. After that, then you have to track your pollution in terms of its stream, where it has gone, and deal with that impact. I can safely indicate that in terms of what we saw when we went for a site visit this afternoon, the impact is already contained. In other words, it's no longer coming from that place, affecting other areas. However, as I indicated, the small stream that is near this industry, Umhlangana, as well as the river going right into the sea, yes, there are still traces of impact. So what is done there, really, you put the booms there so that you can suck up the pollutants in as much as possible to make sure that they don't filter through right to the river and to the ocean. So yes, there are a lot of those. There are suckers that are being used. There are booms also that are used along the stream to contain the pollution.
Okay, just a quick question. So we believe that some residents in the area are also reporting smoke residue from the already burned chemical products. Is this still the case?
Well, when we went there today, the situation was improved, had improved quite significantly. What is important also is that when this industry, UPL, went on fire, there were other industries that also went on fire at the same time. And I can also indicate that in terms of identifying the source of that air pollution and that odor that citizens are complaining about, we are yet to establish exactly where the source that source is, because they happened to be burning at the same time on that particular day of the protest and of the incidents.
All right, thank you so much for speaking to us and clarifying.